Hey everyone, how's it going? Well, you see a bucket underneath that tractor here, my 886. And that is because I just got done draining all the antifreeze out. There's a drain plug right there. And there's a valve right there, which I didn't mess with. There's a valve, a lot of coolant valves on this thing. There's a valve here, there's a valve here, there's a valve here. And here's a water filter. So what my problem was, when I turned my heater on, I tested my heater, when I turned it on, I wasn't getting any heat into the cab. So I didn't know what to do on that. On top of the cab, right there, is an access panel that gets you inside the cab where all the heater core and AC and controls and all the switches and everything. That's where you access, up in here is where you access the inside of the cab for wiring. Well, I looked up in there, the control valve for the heater was really stiff, so I thought maybe that was bad, so I got one on order. Well, I clamped the hose off and stuff. I pulled that valve out and cleaned it up, PB penetrated oil on it inside there, and the thing works, so that's not the problem. I thought maybe these lines were clogged, so I blew air in through them. That was not the problem. So that eliminates quite a few problems right there. I thought maybe the heater core was bad. Well, I cleared or stopped up, so cleared it out, blew it out, and no issues there. So got to thinking, what else would contribute to the heater not working? It's just blowing cold air. So up inside the cab, up there in that panel up there, all the weather stripping around it was flattened and wasn't no good. So I put new weather stripping all the way across through there, all the way around it, and I put stripping on the little box where the blower motor is. It seemed to actually help some, but it didn't solve the issue. So I was sitting here today looking and thinking, trying to figure out what else could it be. Then I got to thinking, well, maybe the thermostat could be so I went online and looked where the thermostat housing is and looked up some of the symptoms of it, which I already knew, but I wanted to verify, and yeah, it said it could cause a heater not to work. So then I figured out how to figure out where the heater core is on these things. I looked around, couldn't think of nothing. So I was looking around here, looking down here, thought down here, and I looked online everywhere, finally figured out where the the thermostat is. So you gotta take this line off, take this line off, and then take these two bolts right here off. There's a radiator hose right here. Right up inside here is a radiator hose. And then take these two long bolts out right here and pull this housing off, and inside this housing right in here is where the thermostat is. So I went to Glasgow and got me a thermostat for $72 freaking dollars. But nothing's cheap. And the freaking gasket had to be bought separate. Ain't that a crock of crap? I remember when the thermostat, the gasket came with it, but no, not anymore. It had to come separately. Freaking morons. Anyways, sorry. So I pulled this off. The thermostat was in there. Had to peel the old gasket off. I put the orange sealant around the gasket to stick it on there so it'll stay. And then I put orange sealant on the outside of the gasket, and then I put the thermostat on in the housing, and then push that on, put the two bolts back on, put the hoses on, put the metal lines back on, unscrewed the valves, went up there inside the cab here, and I ran this thing for I ran this thing for a good 15-20 minutes. And guess what? I got a good heater now in my tractor. So, still got a valve coming for this. I'll put it on the shelf for if that one ever goes bad. Did that. Blew out the whole entire coolant system. Got brand new coolant inside the radiator, so all the brand new coolant. I was aiming to get a filter today, but I forgot to do that. But we got all new coolant, and it's got a new thermostat, new housing, or new gasket and sealant on it. And then I backed out all these valves, and like I said, I got a really good heater now, so super happy, and got cold air conditioner. So yeah, worked out really good today. I feel like I accomplished something, y'all. One other thing that I did, now I will warn y'all, this looks like junk because I made it, and to keep it from falling out, I had to put silicone gasket maker around it to keep it from falling out on me. And the paint, I made the mistake by using TSC paint. I made a huge mistake on that. But I made a bezel for my radio. As you can see, the paint is junk. Complete junk. But my CD player is now firmly installed. This is temporary. The bezel that looks like this, but for the radio, is $255 freaking dollars. So I'm gonna wait until I find one cheaper, and I'm gonna replace this with it. This is, like I said, this looks like crap. It was just a quick makeshift deal to get radio in here and keep it in here from falling out. So I got a good radio in here. Eventually I'm gonna get some, I think there's like 4x9s or whatever, 4x6 speakers. Gonna get new speakers put in here one of these days. But that's down the road. I ain't worried about right now. But yeah, CD player is firmly installed. Got a heater, good heater now. My next project is, oh yeah, I don't know if I showed y'all, but I made new steps for this thing. And that's right, I gotta paint that. I gotta paint for it today. I made me some new steps, a little wider. So, but my next project will be, I'm gonna put some handles on my door. So, I'm gonna go get my paint out of my truck. Sorry, I can't remember what I did with my paint. I took it in the shop, I guess. The paint that I got is Rust-Oleum, so it should be a good paint. Hopefully. Should be good paint. And I'm about to run out of recording time, so I'm gonna have to delete some older videos and so I can record some more videos on this thing. So anyways, I'm gonna paint this, couple of coats of paint, and this all look good. So you guys, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.